Steve Evans, 2 weeks in the job now. How have you found things?
Stressful. Listen, I think it's well documented. The first 8 or 9 days was written off with the COVID issues. Been much better this week. No excuses in terms of preparation. The boys have been out in the grass all week. We've had a great reaction, but in terms of effort and commitment, I don't think that's been any different under Alex or Paul. So we need a little bit more than that. We need a little bit of quality to come out the bag, and we've got some players with quality. And normally that's attributed to coming out when you're in a positive frame of mind and winning. So we just have to, for 8 games, take the approach that we want them to play with confidence, because it's individually 8 massive games.
I guess it was quite a good start for you, wasn't it, at Exeter? It's a side that are obviously pushing for promotion. A good measure of what your side can actually achieve. Yeah,
listen, I think every manager would tell you learn a lot in defeat. And you probably learn the same when you win a game, but the counter argument to that is you paper over some things. Whereas when you get beat, you drill the loss really. And the performance at Exeter was full of effort, full of commitment. Should have had a point. The second goal shouldn't stand. The head of referees has confirmed that to me this week after the videos. So he said no, it certainly should be, and he's also said we should have a penalty in added time. But those breaks didn't go for us. But normally when you're a team fighting at the wrong end of the table, then they don't go for you. But if we get the same effort and commitment, and we do a little bit more with the ball, then we'll do a lot better in the games. And Exeter's a fierce opponent. They've done brilliant under Matty. I think they're fighting quite rightfully for automatic promotion. So we got a good test, and arguably a tougher test on Saturday, of course.
Have you had to make many changes
in terms of for this week? No, I think we've had most people on the grass this week, which has been good. With Michael Boswick back the last couple of days and training with the group, and of course I think we had a little practice match yesterday in house, and everyone looked to strip that a little bit sharper than they did at Exeter. And what I mean by that is referencing the COVID lads, because in fairness to the boys that went down to Exeter, 2 of them only tested clear on the Friday, half an hour prior to us travelling, and then we're asking them to go out and play at Exeter, but they gave us everything. So we should be health wise stripping a little bit fitter. So we'll see. Performance is everything. The result is more than performance on Saturday.
Saw Ben Coker coming back in. That was quite a surprise to everybody, because we thought it was quite long term.
Surprise to me. when I met up with the chairman and I came in and met the medical side, they said Ben was out for the season. So I don't know if I touched him in the hallway. The magical hands worked. I don't know. But,
new manager.
Yeah, new manager. I think Ben was feeling had done a lot of work with the medical team, and in fairness to them, re-scanned them, and the consultant was saying he could go back into training, and he's a slight lad, but he's got the heart the size of Big Ben, so he wanted to be involved, and so from that point of view it's good. We got him involved, and was it the best I've seen Ben Coker played? No, but the kid's not played for 4 or 5 weeks and was hopping around 10 days ago prior to us coming in, so we're pleased again he hit that inside him to want to play.
Obviously, Oldham on Saturday. John Sheridan, their manager there. I guess you've locked horns with him many times.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, Shez. He's not a friend that we message each other every day, but I think when we're both in the game, and I think, if we weren't in this situation, we'd already been talking many times. He's gone in, he got a brilliant reaction going in at Oldham. They've got good players, we've got good players, so they got a reaction. Then it fell away a little bit. Leighton Orient went up there and for some reason made 5 or 6 changes to the starting lineup, which is a bit surprising. But we're not going to be determined to what Leighton Orient do or what Oldham do. Our future in League Two will be determined to what our players do. So we need everyone to be focused on what we do for the next 8 games. It's 1 game at a time. We went to Exeter 1 game at a time. We lost. We now come up against an Oldham side that I think's got a lot of good players. They've got a very experienced manager now in at the helm who's had a reaction. We need a good crowd here on Saturday. We need the people of Stevenage to turn up and appreciate what we're all fighting for in this Football League status, because it's massive. Because you only have to speak to the people that I spoke to them a few months ago, last summer, when Steve Parkinson and Steve Parker, Steve Parker went in at Wrexham. Speak to Wrexham, speak to Notts County, speak to Southend, speak to the huge clubs by Football League stand, big clubs that are in that National League, and it tells you how tough it is. Forgetting the National League, we want to be in League Two, and I want the opportunity in the summer to build a side that's capable of the top group. Listen, our job is to stay up. When we've stayed up, we'll build a team for the top group that we can put the kettle on for that. But forgetting that, we've got the job in hand first.
The fans are talking about it as if one of the biggest games in their history. I mean, it's maybe a bit of an overstatement, but it is a big game, and it must be difficult for you to kind of just balance the emotions ahead of it.
Well, you can't address anything other than it's a big game. Us beating Oldham on Saturday, does it mean we're in League 2 next season? No, it doesn't. Oldham coming here and winning, does it mean they're? No, because we win a game in hand and score a couple of goals, we go back above them. So it's an important game in terms of mentally where the points go. We know how tough it's going to be. I think it'll be tougher than Exeter. I think there'll be more endeavour, there'll be more passion, more fight. And within all that, we've got to remember to play. And I think if there's a downside to a performance at Exeter, and it's been there for a while now, the team's had that fight, had that spirit, under Paul as well, under Alex, but we sometimes just forgot to play. So it's our job as a management team, as an experienced management team, to say, you know, we have to fight, we have to earn the right to play, but then we have to play.
You just mentioned him there, Alex Revell. How important has he been to you over the last couple of weeks?
He's been super. You know, Alex was brilliant for me as a player. And when he got the job, you know, I think I did say to him, maybe it's a bit early for such a big job, but listen, there's no one turns down a job in the Football League. There's 72 managers in the EFL, and they're sought after, and I really hoped he would do really well. I think Alex will come back in and be a really good manager. He works incredibly hard. He loves this football club. My God, he loves this football club. And I think he's now found on the person that comes in earlier than him. Keith the Kitman's always in first,
of course, and
then followed by me. And I think Alex has started to try and arrive a little bit early. He's got to get out of his bed early. But he's been terrific. He's come in, and I think our younger supporters in time will see Alex play a prominent role. He has the education. He just didn't have the experience to be ready.
It's your first game in charge of a Stevenage side at the Lamex. Any special message to the fans?
I just think it's not about me. It's about the football club. It's about our players. I was speaking to our chairman for a long time yesterday, and we spoke about what we need from the supporters. We need them to really back the boys. We got to go behind. We go again. We lose, which is a bad thought, but we lose. We go again. But we just need people to get right behind us. Let's go and have a good performance. Let's get 3 points. Let's be together. I think if anything in the last 6-8 months, I've seen a lot bit from a distance. I've seen a lot bit disconnection from the players and inside to outside, and certainly the part that I'm here to play is what I've done. It helped do it at Rotherham and at Leeds. You know, Mansfield. The clubs have been at Peterborough United. You know, my home city, and Gillingham. Of course, you have to have that connection with the supporters. We need them. The most important people on the ground on Saturday are the players. In fact, the next most important people isn't me, isn't the coaching staff of any team, isn't John. The most important people are supporters. And Oldham will bring a passionate support. It's a club, and I spent a lot of time watching when I was at Leeds United, because I was living up there. And so they'll bring a passionate support, but we need to have a passionate support too. So, but just get behind us, everyone, and you know, rather than walk around any supermarket. I don't say any, because I don't want to name them, but rather than walk around any supermarket, you know, persuade the kids to come and join us. There's a brilliant family atmosphere, as we know, at the Lamex, and come behind us. This town needs its Football League status. Saturday it starts.
Good luck Saturday, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.